What's up guys, it's your boy Chrysalis here, and today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I'm not going to go through what all I've been watching on Letterboxd this time. In the next video I'm going to be doing that. But I've got a little bit of a procedure going on tomorrow, or as of me recording this tomorrow. So what I'm actually going to do, since I'm just going to be chilling out and doing prep and everything, is I'm going to be watching a lot of movies. Specifically, I'm going to be watching movies from this box set of Wong Kar Wai movies. Wong Kar Wai, if you're not in the know, is a celebrated Chinese director who, well, Hong Kong director, as it says on Wikipedia, who, as you can see, made a lot of really good and seminal movies of mostly the 90s. As well as the early 2000s. The two I'm the most familiar with, and honestly the two I've only watched, are Chungking Express and In the Mood for Love, both of which are really good. I do have a special affection for Chungking Express, not just because it's really good and I've watched it twice already, and as of now I'm going to be on my third watch once I finish this box set. But also because it came out in 1994. That's my birth year. I've been interested in getting this box set for a while, since it seems to include just about all of his great and essential films. He did make two more movies that are not in here, but apparently they're just okay. I don't think I'm going to be opening it and giving you like a run through of it at this moment in time. I think I will probably look through it in another clip later in the video. I guess it just depends on how long it takes for me to open it. BRB. This is very interesting packaging. I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide this back in. Ah, okay, so it opens from the back like this. It's like a kind of like an origami type deal. Yeah, I'm going to be real. I don't know how I'm going to put this back together. Okay, so this is like a booklet. A lot of art in it. And it's got details about each individual one. This is like, 102 minutes. It's in color, Cantonese with English subtitles, 1.66 by 1 aspect ratio. Yep, the cast and credits, like a description about the movie. Okay, Fallen Angels is both in color and black and white. That's kind of neat. Cool. This is really neat. So this is like like I said, it's like a booklet that's got like a lot of art from movies, and gives you like all the details about the aspect ratio, the language and everything. If you're a huge Wong Kar Wai fan, or if you're just, I guess, looking to get into him, then this is probably the de facto box set in order to do so, because, I mean, why wouldn't you get this? Money aside, obviously. Okay, and I think this is all the movies. Oh, okay, it opens like that. Okay, yeah, this is how it opens. Wow, they went all out for this. Yeah, this is cool, because I was concerned about, like, because I thought about, like, I was at a crossroads when I was debating between this or getting just the movies individually. But I think this is much cooler. How the fuck do you close this? Oh, that's neat. Look at that. This is from In the Mood for Love, and like, if you fold, oh, okay, that's how you fold it correctly. If you fold it like this, it's got our two protagonists like staring at each other. So this is Chungking Express as well. I guess it's not really a wrong way to fold them in. But it's cool that you can just, well, I don't know what this one's from, but it's cool that you can just open them and then they come out a certain way. This is really neat. I'm glad I got this. Yeah, just from the packaging alone, it's worth it. Putting this back together is gonna be a pain in the ass, but this is neat. Not sure where all this is from, but I'm about to find out. But yeah, no, this is really cool. Like I said, if you're a big Wong Kar Wai fan, get this if you can. Or if you're looking to get into them, I would even say get this if you can. Criterion definitely knows how to do packaging for box sets, and that kind of alleviates at least some of my doubts for the Wes Anderson box set that got coming out soon. Even if it doesn't include all of his movies, like, what are we doing? Anyway, I'm going to be watching each one of these movies, all 7 of them. I don't know if I'll get all 7 done today, but I'll definitely get most of them done today and maybe some of them done tomorrow. This is going to take a while for me to get done, so yeah, I'll be right back on that. Okay, so I just finished watching As Tears Go By, and holy hell, that was actually really, really good. I did not expect Wong Kar Wai to debut quite like that. It's more or less kind of a gangster movie where the fate of our protagonist is definitely not a happy one, but I think a lot of the personality from all the characters shine through really well. I think Wong Kar Wai did an excellent job at showing you what this seedy part of Hong Kong looked like. And I just think it was a well executed and well made film overall. It's not surprising that it was kind of a blockbuster back in the day, apparently. And I actually got curious and I went on the Criterion Collection website to see if you could buy this one individually, because there wasn't really a whole lot in terms of special features for this one, which was kind of odd. But no, if you want a physical copy of this, or at least this specific physical copy of it, you absolutely have to get the box set, which is wild. I would have thought they'd have this on sale individually, but they don't. But you know, it is what it is. But as far as like the special features go, again, not really a lot. There's a trailer and there's like 2 alternate versions of the ending, which, I mean, I don't think they really add a whole lot. There's one quote-unquote happy ending, but I mean, it's still the same ending. It's just that there's this montage between our main character and the love interest, who's also his cousin. But as far as the movie by itself goes, it's great, it's fantastic, and I definitely recommend it if you can watch it. So on that note, I'm going to be moving on to the next movie, which is Days of Being Wild. I don't know anything about it. So yeah, be back in a few. Alright, I just finished Days of Being Wild, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's definitely a solid film, and it's definitely also just quintessential Wong Kar Wai. I feel like a lot of what he wants to do as a filmmaker, at least from my understanding, having watched Chungking Express and In the Mood for Love, starts really get established here, more so than with As Tears Go By. As Tears Go By felt like more standalone, and it definitely is super impactful and just in your face a lot of the times and just off the wall. Whereas this one, it's a lot more of a slow burn. Days of Being Wild has a lot of these intertwining narratives that feel similar to Chungking Express, but also not quite formatted like Chungking Express. And I guess that's more or less why I didn't quite enjoy it as much as the rest of his work that I've watched at this point, is because it didn't feel super focused. Like, to me, the film kind of felt like a little bit like Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson, long before Magnolia was a thing. It's still a great movie. The acting is great. The characterization of our protagonist and everyone else in the movie was great. Ultimately, if you're someone trying to get into Wong Kar Wai, then there's not really any reason to not watch this movie, even if I personally recommend Chungking Express. But yeah, similar to As Tears Go By, Days of Being Wild is not purchasable by itself on the Criterion Collection. So if you wanted a physical copy of this, that's Criterion. This specific version of it, yeah, you gotta get the box set. But this one has a lot more special features added to it. There's like a couple of interviews from people that worked on this movie, and it has like this alternate version that was like pressed on 35mm film that's got all these different things that aren't in the original film, which I thought was kind of odd. I'm not sure if I'm going to be watching that anytime soon, but needless to say, if that's something you're really interested in, then maybe it's on the Criterion channel, but if otherwise you have to like buy the box set to get it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Now I'm going to be starting Chungking Express. Woo! But yeah, be back in a few. So I just finished Chungking Express for the third time this year, and it is still really good. I still wholeheartedly recommend it, especially if you're someone that is getting into Wong Kar Wai. This is probably the de facto film to watch, in my opinion. Just everything about this film is just so on point. The acting, the cinematography, the soundtrack, the music, it's just, yeah, it's peak, to say the least. And if you don't want the entire Wong Kar Wai box set, that's okay. You can get it separately on the Criterion channel. Woohoo! I think they actually released it about 4 months ago on 4K, so yeah, Wong Kar Wai. I don't really have a whole lot else to say other than that. There are, of course, some special features in there, like interviews and whatnot, that I will eventually watch in my own time. You can see it's still on the main screen on the top right. Alright, so now that concludes Chungking Express, that means the next one is Fallen Angels. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, yeah, that one was interesting. Mind you, of course, it was solid. A lot of what Wong Kar Wai has done, especially with all the nods to Chungking Express in terms of the intertwining multiple stories and the cinematography and everything else. A lot of it is definitely still there. What I find very interesting about Fallen Angels is the fact that it feels like, oh, what if we made Chungking Express, but what if we made it dark and edgy and kinda goth new metal? And you know, if you are someone that watched Chungking Express and wished it was darker and edgier, then Fallen Angels is definitely up your alley for sure. I think the camera angle, how it felt like kind of a fishbowl, was really interesting. Not like a split diopter, but like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was pretty peculiar. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so now my next one I'm going to watch is Happy Together. I believe this is the one that involves a gay relationship or something like that. So I'll be back in a few. Alright, I finished Happy Together a little while ago, and I liked it quite a bit. It was pretty solid. I don't think, within the context of all the other Wong Kar Wai I've watched so far, since I'm going to watch In the Mood for Love next, but I watched that already. And 2046 I have not seen yet, but I can't imagine it being better than Chungking Express or In the Mood for Love or As Tears Go By. I think what makes the movie ultimately stand out, of course, is how well done its themes about queerness and isolation as it pertains to the movie does. If you ever decide to watch this movie, don't go into it thinking it's going to be like a happy gay movie. No, it is not happy at all. Just about all of Wong Kar Wai's movies are super sad and deal with a lot of like loneliness and yearning and hopeless romanticism and everything like that. These films deal with a desire to be loved and a desire to belong. Anyways, the next film I'm going to be watching is In the Mood for Love. I've seen it before. I liked it quite a bit, so we'll see how I feel on the second go round. Okay, so it's been some time since I watched Happy Together, because after that I was just feeling tired. I still had some prep to do for my appointment, and yeah. So this explains the change of clothes. And maybe, you know, some other stuff, I don't know. But anyways, I just finished In the Mood for Love, and yeah, it's definitely one of the greats. If you never watched it, you should, especially, like I said in the last, like, several videos before, especially if you're trying to get into Wong Kar Wai. This is definitely a crushing film in a lot of ways, emotionally. I think one thing I don't know if enough people are talking about, it's also what happens when people undergo grief or trauma. The pain that is inflicted on this couple, or rather the two halves of a couple, if you know what I mean, if you've seen the movie, they sort of start moving in such a way that ends up being more or less no different than the partners that betrayed them and cheated on them. Not going full on into it though. They don't have sex or anything like that. I think the most that they end up doing is holding hands and comforting each other. It's such a great movie if you're looking for a depiction of unrequited love or lust or affection. It probably is a little more than just that, but overall, that's what I took from it. So all I've got left is 2046, but I'll say right now, the key essentials to Wong Kar Wai are definitely In the Mood for Love and Chungking Express. I don't think he's really had a bad film at all, but as far as essentials goes, I would definitely say In the Mood for Love and Chungking Express are up there, as well as, in my humble opinion, As Tears Go By. I think that one can definitely stand toe-to-toe with those two. So once I finish 2046, I will be right back. It's probably going to be a little bit before I watch it, though. I'm a terrible procrastinator, guys. I apologize. I'll talk more about what I want to do with the channel in a roundup video. You'll know what I'm talking about. The Wong Kar Wai box set I enjoyed quite a bit. My brief thoughts on 2046 are basically this. I think it's really good and a must watch if you're a Wong Kar Wai kind of person. This box set right here definitely did turn me into a Wong Kar Wai person. Also, if anyone has any ideas on what to do about this, that the adhesive is just gone now. Or should I just throw it away or collect it for some reason? Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, 2046, I just felt like, in the grander scheme of things, felt kind of unnecessary as a direct sequel for In the Mood for Love. As much as I did like it quite a bit and definitely would recommend it if you've watched In the Mood for Love and other Wong Kar Wai movies. I keep forgetting that In the Mood for Love is technically a sequel, like a loose sequel to Days of Being Wild, which is not on the lower end of Wong Kar Wai movies for me, which isn't saying a lot because Wong Kar Wai is one of the greatest directors of the 90s, like, without a doubt. I think if I've learned anything in particular about Wong Kar Wai as a director, as a visionary when it comes to these stories of loneliness and yearning and love and everything else, it's, for one, the physicality of it. It might just be like an Asian cinema thing, but there's a lot of physicality in a lot of his movies. I think back to As Tears Go By, which is probably one of the more action-y films for sure, where a lot of the actors are just moving around and running and like doing all these like wild gesticulations and everything for like such dramatic effect and all that. Like characters just throwing shit all over the place and yelling and everything else, and it's just so invigorating to watch in so many ways. If there's two things I know for a fact are going to happen in a Wong Kar Wai movie, it's that there's going to be a lot of smoking and a lot of crashing out. I need to rewatch In the Mood for Love to see if there was like anything that was technically a crash out in that movie, since I feel like that felt one of the more reserved films in Wong Kar Wai's filmography, or at least as it pertains to the box set here. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching a Wong Kar Wai movie and there's not smoking and, you know, everyone's like perfectly calm and no one's like just breaking shit and running around yelling and stuff, then you definitely probably did not watch an actual Wong Kar Wai movie. But yeah, I definitely recommend this box set for sure if it's something that you are able to budget for, or if you're just waiting on the sale to come back. I got this because there was a 50% off sale on everything on the website, and I just so happened to have a $50 gift card. So $200 became like less than 100. So I mean, this was a no-brainer for me, especially given how much I did enjoy Chungking Express and In the Mood for Love when I watched those two. And I think as far as like my personal rankings go when it comes to everything on this set, again, there's not a single bad Wong Kar Wai box set, but from worst to best, I would definitely say 2046 is definitely on the bottom for me. It's good, it's great. It just felt very unnecessary. It just felt like, okay, we're getting a continuation of the male character from In the Mood for Love, but also it just felt like it just kind of went around all over the place in ways. So from there, it's 2046 on the bottom. I probably put Days of Being Wild right up there. Then Happy Together right up there. Then right in the middle, it would be Fallen Angels, As Tears Go By. And the top two for me would be In the Mood for Love and Chungking Express, with Chungking Express being my favorite Wong Kar Wai movie. I just think a lot of what Wong Kar Wai wanted to do as a storyteller, as a director, and everything else fully came to fruition with Chungking Express, and I think the closest he would ever get to reaching those levels again would be In the Mood for Love, as great as Fallen Angel is. But anyhow, those are my thoughts on the movies, the Wong Kar Wai box set. If you own this and you have your own thoughts on it, let me know in the comments. And what do you think of Wong Kar Wai? What's your favorite Wong Kar Wai movie? And yeah, that's about it. This is your boy Chrysalis here, signing off.